Is school still worth it this year? If you're on the fence about whether or not school is worth it for you and your online course, then this video is for you. As someone who's been on school for well over 2 years now, I can tell you there are many amazing things about school, but there are also some things that are lacking that I wish I would have known before I made the investment. I'm going to take you through the honest pros and cons of school, so at the end of this video, you will either feel confident saying, yes, I'm going to buy Skool for my online community, or no, school isn't for me. And trust me, making the wrong choice here could cost you thousands of dollars and months of wasted time. What's up everyone, it's John. Now I do have a free 14-day trial which you can use to sign up for Skool down below in the description. So if you want to try it out, 2 weeks is more than enough time to give Skool a proper test drive. Why Skool's community features are actually game-changing. Let's start off with what Skool absolutely nails, and trust me, this first feature alone might convince you that it's worth every penny. The community aspect of Skool is incredibly intuitive and user-friendly. It's very easy for any community member to learn how to use Skool, which is honestly half the battle when you're trying to build an engaged community. Whenever your students log in, the homepage they see looks clean, organized, and welcoming. In this homepage, you can segregate posts through tags, which means your community stays organized even as it grows. Think about it. How many times have you joined a Facebook group or a Discord server only to feel completely lost and overwhelmed with all the communication that's happening? That doesn't happen with Skool. The interface is clean and intuitive that even the least tech-savvy members of your community will feel comfortable participating from day one. So here within our Skool community, you can see that the homepage is basically a discussion. It's where members are interacting with each other, where you can see the announcements within the group. So if you want to go ahead and type something to your community or members, all you've got to do is click right here, and you can give this post a title. So let's say monthly earnings for June, and you could actually select the category for this post. Maybe it's an accomplishment, maybe it's a YTA journey, and you could add links, you could add attachments, you could embed YouTube videos, you could even add a poll if you want to ask your members something. But this category feature helps filter out different discussions that are happening. Now, as far as filtering out different discussions go, we can organize these discussions by, let's say, accomplishments, and then we can see all the accomplishment posts that have been made in order of recency. And if you want to go ahead and change the type of filter, maybe you want to do newest by default, top, or unread. This is a really good way to keep the discussion board clean and readable. But here's what it even gets better. And this leads us perfectly into the next game-changing feature that most course creators don't even realize they need until they don't have it. The calendar feature that saves you hours every week. One of the features I absolutely love is the built-in calendar system. You can schedule group events within Skool seamlessly. Members will see everything in their local time zone and get reminder emails automatically. Scheduling weekly group coaching calls or events is extremely easy on Skool. I can't tell you how much time this has saved me, because before Skool, I was juggling Calendly, Zoom, email reminders, and trying to coordinate across different time zones. And it was a nightmare. Now everything happens automatically within the platform. Your members get notified, they can see all the upcoming events in the month, and they never have to miss an important group coaching call because of a time zone confusion. So here on Skool, if we click on calendar, you can see all the different events and group coaching calls that we have within our community. So let's take, for example, my group coaching call that happens every Monday. If you want to go ahead and click on it, you can see that it's taking place on Google Meets, and the time for this call, which is a strategy call that I teach within our community. Group members could actually add this to the calendar. So they can add it to their Google Calendar, Apple Calendar, and Outlook Calendar. And if I want to go ahead and edit this event, I can edit this event or all the following events. So if I edit this one event, I can change the time. Maybe I can add a description. Maybe I want to change the location. I can set this as a recurring event. I could also decide who attends this event as well. And I could also send members a reminder email one day before the event actually happens. Now, what it looks like is on the homepage of the Skool community, people actually see if there's a live call happening. So let's say that someone didn't know that your group coaching call was happening right now. There's actually a notification here that says live strategy call with Warren or live strategy call with John. And so they can just click on this and it'll automatically take them to where the event is being hosted. So this is a really good way to integrate both the calendars and scheduling events and calls with Skool housed all in one platform. But the real magic happens when you combine this calendar feature with the next feature I'm about to show you, something that creates a seamless learning experience that keeps your students engaged and coming back for more. How Skool's classroom integration changes everything. Next up is the feature I love most, the classroom integration. Your community and your online course can be housed within the same area, just like your calendar, which is absolutely brilliant for students. So students can easily switch between discussions and watching your course content, or accessing resources, or accessing your calendar. It's literally a one-click difference from going to your classroom to the community board. Now this might seem like a small thing, but it's actually really useful. Think about the traditional setup. You've got your course hosted platform, then you've got your community on Facebook or Discord, and maybe you've got a separate calendar system, and students are constantly jumping between different logins, different interfaces, and different applications. It's friction, and friction kills engagement. With Skool, everything lives in one place. A student can watch a lesson, immediately jump into the community to ask a question, and then they could also check the calendar for when the next group coaching call is happening. It might be happening right now. And then after the call, they can dive back into the next lesson. It's seamless, and seamless experiences create better results for your students. Now, if you hop into Skool here and we click on the classroom, it's very easy to upload course material onto Skool. So if I want to go ahead and add a new module, all I've got to do is add a new course. You can decide which type of members are able to unlock this course. You can give this course a name, a course description. You can also upload a cover image for this course. And if we dive into one of our first courses, let's say the niche selection part of this community here, you can see all the lessons on the left-hand side. If we click on these three dots, you can add a page, you can edit the course. You could also go ahead and include downloadables within this course as well. You could attach a video, you can attach an audio file. Students can mark it as complete. So let's say that if we check right over here, we can edit this course. Let's say we want to edit this one here. There's so many different things that you can do when it comes to uploading a course, and Skool makes it very easy to upload a course. It's really not complicated. Someone who's not tech savvy or someone who's brand new to online course teaching can most certainly upload their content onto the Skool platform with ease. But what happens when your students can't find that one specific piece of content that they're looking for? That's where this next feature becomes absolutely crucial: the search function that most platforms get wrong. Now, speaking of classrooms, let's say that there's certain material you want to reference, but you forgot which lesson it was in your course. That's where Skool's built-in search functionality comes in. Now, this may sound simple, but a lot of online course hosting platforms don't have this, and I use this feature all the time. I can't stress enough how important this is. Your students are busy people. When they have a question or need to reference something specific, they don't want to spend 20 minutes clicking through different modules trying to find it. They want to type in a keyword and find it instantly. The search function in Skool actually works, and it works well. It searches through your course content, community posts, and resources. This keeps your students engaged instead of frustrated, and engaged students are successful students. Now, I kid you not, before when I used to host online courses, I had to pay for a plugin just to search my course material. But now on Skool, you've got this search function right over here. So let's say that we want to talk about SOP. You can see all the different course material in which SOPs are mentioned. So you can search it within a classroom filter, or you can search it within a community filter where people are talking about SOPs. But speaking of keeping students engaged, there's another communication feature that sets Skool apart from the completion, and it's something that can make or break your community's success. Why direct messaging changes the community game. Next up is private messaging and notifications. And unlike other course hosting platforms, sometimes you want to reach out directly to a student one-on-one. Skool makes it really easy to message students and also receive notifications when someone messages you or tags you. This direct line of communication is really powerful, and sometimes a student has a question that they're embarrassed to ask publicly, or they need specific guidance that doesn't apply to the whole group. Being able to reach out privately creates a more personal connection and often leads to breakthrough moments for your students. The notification system is also on point in Skool. You're not missing important conversations or questions because everything comes through clearly and promptly. This helps you stay on top of your community without having to constantly check in manually. So if we hop on a Skool here, you can see that this right here are the direct messages. I'm not going to open up because I don't want to open up students' private messages. But then you also have notifications, and these notifications you can segregate by just this group, or if you have multiple Skool communities that you're a part of, you can segregate it by all these different Skool communities. So unlike other course hosting platforms where you're not able to message other members directly, the innate Skool messaging system makes it really easy for students to contact students and also for students to contact their teachers and vice versa. Now, I've painted a pretty rosy picture so far, but let me be completely honest with you. Skool isn't perfect. In fact, there are some significant limitations that might be deal breakers depending on your business model. Let me show you what I mean. The website building reality check. Here's where we need to talk about Skool's limitations, and this first one is a big one for many creators. There's no website building capability. So if you want highly customizable sales pages, home pages, or opt-in pages, Skool is not the place to do that. You can't really customize the Skool community with your brand either. You're pretty much stuck with their design and layout. This means if you're someone who wants complete control over your brand experience, or if you need complex sales funnels, you're going to need additional tools or a completely different tool entirely. You'll need a separate website builder, separate landing page softwares, or maybe you'll need to be managing multiple platforms again. For some people, this simplicity is actually a feature. They don't want to mess with website design and prefer to focus on content and community. But for others, especially those with established brands, this limitation can be frustrating. But the website limitation isn't the only thing missing from Skool's toolkit. There's another major gap that affects how you can nurture and convert your audience. The email marketing gap that could cost you sales. You can't do email marketing on Skool. There's no way to email separate segments of your members, and there are no funnels or pipelines that you can put your leads into. Now, this is one way to keep it simple. If you can drive traffic directly to your Skool community and convert those members that way into paying members, then Skool might work great for you. But for most people, email marketing really helps with converting people into buying your online community. Email marketing allows you to nurture relationships. It also allows you to provide value over time. And it's also a guide for people through a decision-making process. Without it, you're essentially asking people to make a purchasing decision immediately, which doesn't work for everyone. This means if you want to run email campaigns, create automated sequences, or segment your audience based on behavior or interest level, you'll need to integrate with external email marketing tools. It's doable, but it adds complexity and cost to your setup. And speaking of limitations, there's one more area where Skool falls short, especially if you're coming from more robust course platforms. Why Skool's course features feel basic. The course features can be seen as pretty basic. It doesn't support quizzes, certificates, or detailed student progress tracking. If you're used to platforms like Teachable or Thinkific, this might feel like a step backward. There are no completion certificates to motivate students, there's no quizzes to test comprehension, and no detailed analytics showing exactly where students are getting stuck in your course. For some creators, this simplicity is refreshing. They just want to upload videos, let students learn, but if you're running a more formal educational program, or if your students expect these features, Skool might feel too stripped down. The progress tracking is particularly missed. As a course creator, it's incredibly valuable to see where students are dropping off, which lessons they're rewatching, and how long they're spending on different sections. This data helps you improve your course and better support your students. Now, with all these pros and cons laid out, you're probably wondering, is Skool actually worth the investment? Now, let me give you my honest assessment after 2 years of real-world use. The bottom line, is Skool worth your hard-earned money? Now, with all this being said, is Skool worth the price tag? And who is Skool actually good for? I've been on the platform for 2 years, and for me, it's absolutely worth it. But that doesn't mean it's right for everyone. Skool is great for coaches, creators, and community builders who want an engaging and distraction-free space to host simple courses plus communities in one place. You pay $99 a month regardless of how many people sign up for your Skool community, making it ideal for scaling. The pricing module alone can save you thousands as your community grows. I've noticed that if you have a really established authority in your niche, let's say you've been on YouTube for a while and your subscribers know you, or you have a blog and your readers know you very well, then in my opinion, it's going to be a lot easier to convert leads into paying members on Skool than if you were starting from completely scratch. Here's why. Skool works best in my opinion when people already trust you. The platform is designed for community and learning, not for convincing strangers to buy from you. If people already know, like, and trust you, they'll happily join your Skool community. But if you're brand new, you might struggle to get that initial traction. Who should avoid Skool and what to do instead? If you're completely brand new and have no online presence, then I imagine you're going to need to work very hard at establishing your authority and presence within your niche first. When you're trying to get someone to buy into your Skool community, it'll probably be harder since there's no established trust or nurturing yet, and that's where email funnels and marketing comes in. Yet Skool doesn't have this. In this case, you might want to start on a platform that offers more marketing tools or builds your audience first through content creation, social media, or other channels before moving on to Skool. Now, the platform that I recommend is Course Creator 360. You can watch more videos on this channel on what Course Creator 360 is, and if you're interested in trying it out, I'll leave a link to it down below in the description where you can get a free 30-day trial. Now, Skool also isn't ideal if you need complex course features, extensive branding customization, or sophisticated marketing automation. If these are must-haves for your business, again, you'll want to look at Course Creator 360. Now, don't forget that I have a free 14-day trial, which you can use to sign up for Skool down below in the description. If you want to try it out, 2 weeks is more than enough time to give Skool a proper test drive and evaluate all its features. Plus, it would be great support for the channel. Now, during your trial, I recommend testing these specific things. Upload a few pieces of content and see how the classroom feels. Create some community posts and test the engagement features. Try the calendar system and test out an event. Use the search function and see how it works with your content. And also be familiar with the messaging system by messaging someone in your community. This hands-on experience will tell you more than any reviewer could. So if you have any questions about Skool, comment down below. I'd be more than happy to help you out based on my 2 years of experience of using the platform. And if you want to learn the 10 things I wish I knew about Skool before I bought it, make sure to watch this video next.